You're gonna run, aren't you?
What the fuck are they? Alright.
And we're in. Welcome, guys, and thank you for joining us. Thanks for bringing in one of your lead actors.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. Yeah. And it's been many years since we've seen each other, Nathan. I don't know if you
it's
remember.
been a while.
Since Rack Focus. I think the last
That was
time
like
I was.
what?
Oof.
2014, maybe?
Yeah. I think the last one was I was at the premiere of The Front.
Okay, so that was, I think, 2017.
Yeah. The premiere of The Front. And then one time, the first time I met you guys was at the Rack Focus. And then I came and hang out with Deward once at the set of The Front.
Yep.
That was, yeah. And then the premiere after that.
Yep.
Yeah. So how have you been? What have you been doing since then?
I've just been crewing on a bunch of different projects. Kind of stopped doing the producing thing, and so I just went into production for different movies. So
Nice. And I understand you wrote this film while working on other films.
yeah, yep,
Yeah. Yeah. So for
That's
the
right,
purposes of this film, I only have the trailer to go on.
yeah.
Yeah, I only seen the trailer. And we have here with us Marie Wetherell, the lead actress. And thank you for coming on. And so from the trailer, what was interesting and intriguing to me, it's a movie that has aliens in it, but it's not about the aliens.
Yeah, so the aliens are not actually aliens. It's like in the movie we don't really tell you what it is because it's not about them. They're in the backdrop of the film, so they set up the world, but they're not really aliens. It's more like a supernatural take. A lot of people obviously have done alien movies, and a lot of people have done supernatural type stuff too, but it's more of a supernatural take on it. But like I said, it's not super in depth or nothing like that because it's not. That's just the backdrop. So it just sets up the world. You kind of know where you're at, what's going on. But the movie is very much a like woman in peril on the run, post-apocalyptic. It's like it's an intimate film. So
that's actually what got my attention to it, and I was like, "This is cool," because, like you said, there's a lot of movies and aliens and stuff, but this one's like there's aliens, but it's not about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a refreshing approach that okay, we'll bring them in, but we're not going to talk about them too much.
Yeah. I feel like it's I tried to do a more kind of realistic take if there was some sort of mysterious beings that came to Earth from a human's perspective. What's that going to be like? You're not really going to necessarily know everything that who they are, why they're there. If you're just a regular person, if you're the president of a country, maybe you will.
Yeah, that's their own separate issue over there. So when did you start the production of this film? When did production start?
I want to say I think we started production in was it the end of March? I think it was the end of March. Yeah.
This year.
This year, yeah, March this year. It's a independent film, low budget film. So it's one of those movies that you have to do over. We didn't shoot it all in one go. We shot in segments. So for the main part of the production, we shot I think 3 segments over 19 days. So we've had 19 days of production.
And it's a
And,
full feature film, right? It's like an hour.
Yeah,
What's the running
it's a
time?
full feature.
Oh, so yeah, I saw you're running a Kickstarter campaign. Also,
Yeah, we're starting a not Kickstarter. We have INDIEGOGO.
oh, I'm sorry, Indiegogo. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we're doing some finishing funds to finish the movie up. When it comes to some final production days, we got a couple of production days, so then we have um, post some post things we need to do. We already have a rough cut of the movie. We just need to do some scoring and post sound and some other things to get to the finish line. And then marketing / distribution. So
that's gonna require a budget.
Yeah. And so being an independent movie, you only got so much money to work with. So we're trying to get some additional funds from people that like the movie. So if you like the movie, if you saw a trailer and it looks like something you'd want to support, we could definitely use your support. Either way, the movie will be done, and just when it comes out, it's going to depend on that. So,
we're gonna link the trailer to this video when it comes out. Anybody who sees it, it will be much appreciated to check out the link for the Indiegogo and try to help you guys, because it's really a good looking film. And like I said, I wish I know more about it because I saw only the trailer. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to watch the movie when it premieres.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm here, answer all your questions about it. But so I mean, the movie, we're right there. So if we get fully funded, we should be done with the movie in a couple of months. If we don't, obviously it's going to take longer, just because you gotta pay for these things. So. Just means I have to work on more sets.
So when you started the film, so how did you put together, the crew and the effort, because we both made the same level, low budget stuff, but this one is like a little bit of a bigger effort. So how did you go about assembling your team and getting that first step, that first day to shoot?
Well, I mean, maybe it looks like it's a bigger effort, but I mean, this is still a tiny independent film. Like, they had a very small skeleton crew. I want to say we had like maybe half a dozen crew. So I mean, it's a little mini movie. But how did I get people to come? I mean, I just wanted to make a movie with my friends, and so I just asked a couple of my friends if they wanted to make a movie because they had give me some interest in doing that. And I was like, well, I mean, I got everything we can do to make a movie. So if you guys really want to do it, we can do it. And I would totally be down to kind of lead that. And so that's kind of how it got started.
And I understand, if I saw from your brother, he posted that this would be your official directorial debut.
Yeah, this would be technically my feature film debut.
So you're solo directing this film?
Solo directing. Yep, right. That's correct. Yep.
So how does that feel, approaching that bigger task than usually, you huddle up, with somebody else, or like, co-writing with your brother and stuff. But now this is like you out in the open, solo.
How does it feel? Yeah, it's definitely doing it yourself, without having someone to work alongside you. When those type of positions and stuff is you gotta do it all yourself, so you don't have someone else dividing the work up for you. But at the same time, like we work together, but we also work separately so much that it's not that different. There was a couple of times where we were like a year without having had to work together. So, it's not necessarily 100% new. So, just like, it's just the way it was. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, I'll do it. That's very good. And then he came on and did a little bit of producing and came in and did some cam opping. So he was crucial in helping us finish. Because actually, the last day before production, I got a really bad, I actually don't even know, but sprain at least on my ankle, and it probably broke a couple of my toes.
Oh,
And so we still had one more day of production to do. And I was like, I need my bro to come in here and really take the lead on this. And so he came in and took over, and we were able to finish the movie. So
now
Dangers of segues.
how did you find your lead actors? I mean, I know the main actor guy, but Marie and Blaine.
yeah,
How did that story started?
yeah. So I worked with Marie a couple of times. We met on a indie film a couple years ago, and then I hired her to do some promo stuff. So I'd seen her work, do some physicality type things, and I was like, man, she could play this.
She could
so
run.
I just asked her. I need someone that could, had the look, who could do, acting, all that kind of stuff. But I really need someone that could do the physical stuff, because I knew it was going to be a lot of physicality, and she had shown that that was something she was down for. So
was that true, Marie?
Yeah, I've been wanting to do, these types of thriller action movies. So this is a great start film to do that.
So what you're saying is you do your own stunts.
I do. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be jumping out of an airplane, but yeah.
Not the Tom Cruise caliber stunts.
Not that high. Like scuba diving, I could do. I'm definitely a fish.
Definitely a fish.
That would be a different film. It's called Fall instead of Run.
Hold your breath.
Hold your breath. And then, are you a local actress? Are you here in Dallas?
I am. I'm in Dallas.
And have you been in other major productions here in the area?
The last major one I was in was 1923.
1923. Yeah. Was that the Stephen King?
Taylor Sheridan's, the prequel series that he's doing up to Yellowstone.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it. It's really good. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Now, without giving away much or spoilers, walk us through the film, the story, maybe from your point of view, Marie. What are we gonna get into once we see the film?
Well, you're going to, kind of go through Claire's day to day, kind of a life of. And then you're going to start getting some of the backstory of how she, wound up here all alone, what's actually going on in the world, and just her, determination and grit for survival, hope that there's other people out there like her. My co-star and her best friend, Squeaks, a little mouse.
The Squeaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, when she's out, in the woods, gathering, food or materials that she needs, she's always on alert, always on guard, because there's that understory of the, aliens, like they're still there on Earth, even though they're not part of the story. We're still aware and present. And then she runs into a gang of cannibals. And that's kind of when the story really kicks off, with her trying to escape from them throughout the whole film.
So what you created, Nathan, is a setting where a few humans left and now they're eating each other?
Yeah, so the kind of idea is the movie takes place a couple decades or so after the apocalypse happens, and then the world situation goes on. And so at this point, they're just like, not a whole lot of people left. If you look at any sort of like natural disaster type situation, like the majority of the population supposedly would be deceased after like several weeks and months. So we're talking several decades after, there's not going to be a ton of people left. And then also with the kind of the story of what happens with these guys from this other realm that come. it's just kind of a bunch of chaos and invasion and stuff. So it just adds on to that. And so, yeah, so the main story is, like I said, a smaller story where Marie, as her character Claire, is, at this point just surviving with herself, and all she has is this little mouse called Squeaks, and that's her best friend. And so they're just kind of trying to survive until they get caught up with this gang that finds her, and from there it's just like kind of like a chase movie, and her trying to escape and invade.
So Squeaks, that's an interesting choice for a sidekick. How is it working with like a tiny rat or mouse? I assume?
Well, it's a mouse.
It's a mouse, right? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's actually great. Squeaks was like in the beginning, not having been probably around that many people at one time, was she had her moments. But as we continued production, like she just loved it. Like she was like squeaking when I needed her to squeak without having to tell her. Even if I told her, I don't know that she would understand. But like in the story, in the script,
is it a trained mouse? Or
I mean, it was trained as much as I told it, go over here. I mean, not like professionally trained, but
it looks from the trailer. I was like, wow, did he got like some kind of a, what do you call them? The animal handlers or somebody's training this mouse? Because it's pretty good.
Yeah, you just got to kind of like, I had mice when I was growing up. I had all kinds of animals growing up. So just kind of got to know like what their little brain is like and what they like to do. And they're somewhat easy to train. I mean, they just like, sorry,
is this your mouse?
This is my mouse.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is my mouse, and so she likes the game. So like a wheel, they like the wheel going in a circle. Like they like repetitive, like pattern games. And so if you put her down somewhere and have her go one way, like do it over and over again, like they think it's a game, and so they'll just keep doing it. So it makes it really easy to get a bunch of takes.
That's amazing. I mean, it's adorable to have that kind of character in there, and production-wise, that saves you on another actor trying to find another actor. And
that was kind of the idea: is go in. You need something that makes the audience care about these characters and stuff. And I mean, I don't know what's cuter than a little mouse. So I mean, I thought that'd be a cool character to kind of throw in that you don't see a lot of. If you do, usually CGI or something like that. So I thought, hey, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, that's another sticky territory with the CGI with the animals kind of situation. So where did the movie was shot? Did you shoot locally here? Or?
It's been shot basically on Fort Worth. Fort Worth.
Oh, that's Tim's neighborhood.
Yeah, I know Fort Worth is still, especially like in those parts where I'm at right now, where they're still like building a lot of stuff. So there's actually surprisingly a lot of places where you can still film deserted, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of places that you can. We didn't necessarily shoot in deserted places. We just shot them at the right time and the right way so that it looks deserted. I mean, it's a movie. Like I mean, I'm sure you can go find some ghost town somewhere, but being a independent movie, you got to think about your budget, and so shooting something that's close as possible to your home base is going to be beneficial for the budget. So we just found some good locations and shot at the right time and made it work.
So since you were directing, who did your sound? Did you have your brother?
Yeah, we had my friend Diana. She came in and did some sound for us. This was actually her debut, I think, feature film, doing it like a complete feature film, a sound mixer. So she did very well for it being her debut.
Well, that's a film of debut. Your debut film, her debut gig. That's pretty good.
This was a movie that a lot of people had their first time doing certain things. Like a lot. Like this. I I don't know, Marie, was this your first time leading in like an action type film?
I think she walked away for a
Did
second.
you walk away completely?
Yeah, she
Anyways,
got a phone call.
so this was Diana's first feature, doing it all the way through. She's kind of been a Padawan, for lack of a better word. She's coming on a couple different projects that I've done sound for to kind of learn because she's been wanting to get into that. And so I was like, all right, well, if we do this, I can't be the sound guy. So you're going to have to, take the lead on the sound department. And she did. So, and then I'm trying to think. Then like my PA, like one of my main PAs, like this was her first, I think, feature film being on like basically the majority of the time as like a key PA. I'll have to ask Blaine, but I think this might have been Blaine's first feature film as a villain.
Yeah, he looks pretty good. I mean, from the trailer, my judgment is like everything looks good. It's like this is legit quality stuff.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
The actors, the crew, like even the cinematography, everything was on par. It looks like you put a lot of work into it. But yeah, the villain character, he was there. Yeah,
no, he transcended the mask he has on, because I know that, a lot of time when you have an actor, they want to use their, facial expressions and use all of their face for a performance.
I think his eyes were enough.
He totally transcended. That's why I told him, I was like, I know that you're going to have this mask that might seem to pose a problem, but I think that you can transcend the mask. And he 100% did. I've said this before, but I knew he was, a good talent, but I didn't realize how good as a villain he would be. I'd only seen him as a protagonist type character before. I'd never seen him as a villain, and he would more than exceed my expectations. Do you know, Marie? Has Blaine told you? Was this his first time being a villain?
I think it was.
I think it was. Yeah. Was this not your first time? Was this your first leading role in a film?
I was, true lead that creates the film. Yeah.
So almost like most of the people have it's a first timer type of movie. So.
Wow, Marie. I mean, this is your first lead, and you started with a lot of physical stuff. That's a lot of running. That's pretty good.
And there's more too, but I'm not going to give it away. There's more than just running.
Okay. Thanks for the intrigue. How did you feel about your performance overall? I mean, the whole thing.
I felt great. It was very liberating. It was something, this character is like nothing I've ever done before. So it was really great to, explore that and experience that and just add that to my repertoire.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's a good way to look at it. Usually putting yourself in outside of your comfort zone provides a lot of benefits, especially in this kind of field, acting, doing something you never done before.
Yeah. And even just, the whole look of Claire, she's got no makeup on. So just kind of stripped down bare. And I haven't done a film like that. And that was really important to me to do that.
And it looked great. It looked real. I mean, from the trailer, you looked like you were suffering for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of the point, and it worked. It worked well enough for this, and it was great. I wanted her to have just a kind of despair. It's kind of like I said, this movie was inspired by a couple of different movies, but when it came to the characters, one that was inspirational was The Road. And that was kind of the ones that, when it came to the characters, that I took a lot of inspiration from. In that movie, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but
The Road.
Viggo, with Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
It's a very kind of the characters are kind of just distraught. It's an end of the world type movie. So, and she pulled that off. So.
All right. So, and now, are you gonna release this? What's the release situation? You're gonna have a premiere, and
we'll have a premiere. Yeah, we'll have a premiere. In DFW. When that will be just depends on the Indiegogo campaign. So like if it got fully funded, and when as soon as we got the funds from Indiegogo, we would be able to have it out in a couple months. If not, then it's going to take longer. Just because got to pay people for these services. So
I understand. I understand your pain.
As an independent filmmaker working on some more sets. But anyways, either way, the movie will get done. So that's really the only thing. Like if I had if we were done with the campaign, I could give you a real answer on when that would be. But yeah. So
do you think
as soon as 2 months, it could be done. So
are you hoping after that to get it streaming somewhere, or are we going to be able to see it somewhere else?
Yeah. So for sure, at some point it'll be on streaming. For all the backers, I have a streaming perk. So if you go on there and you go into Indiegogo and you get the streaming perk, like you'll get an exclusive link to stream it. Really before probably anyone. And then of course we have if you want to come to the premiere, we have a premiere perk, so you can go into the premiere and see it before it probably gets distributed. And then we have of course Blu-rays, that type of thing. If you're still into Blu-rays and stuff, I know physical media is kind of dying.
I'm old school. I still believe in the Bluray. I'm sorry. I have to have a copy.
I literally have a huge library of. I'm trying to extend of just DVDs and Blu-rays. So
I'm doing the same thing. I have a big library behind me of Blu-ray, DVDs, and VHS. That's how old I am.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to see the movie, that'll be the first way you can see it, for sure. Then after that, I mean, I got multiple people I'm talking to when it comes to distribution.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was thinking.
Yeah, we definitely have some possibilities of a theatrical release. We have some possibilities of a theatrical release, whether it's wide or limited. That's still up in the air. But we don't have it in stone, but that's a possibility. And then where it's going to live, distribution wise, we'll see. It's just one of those things where I got to see, where's the right home for it.
Because after you satisfy all the perks and all the, the campaign stuff,
yeah,
hopefully it will land somewhere where it regularly can be watched.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not so much a hopeful thing. Like I already have talked to distribution, like multiple distributors that are interested in the film. They can't say they ever want to want to take the film unless they've seen it. And so that's literally the only thing that's holding us back is having the film in a completed form for them to see. Everyone, I've had great response from the trailer. And so like I've had distributors that are like, yeah, send it to us. I've had distributors that have been like, yeah, send it to us. We want to see it once it's done. So it will be distributed. It's just a question of when at this point.
We only have 2 more scenes to shoot.
Yeah, 2 more scenes.
Nice. Yep, 2 more scenes.
How complicated and big those scenes? Because it looks like,
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
I said how big and complicated these last 2 scenes. It seems like
this is the biggest scene in the movie. This scene in particular, these 2 scenes in particular are basically doubling my budget. Because the opening
it felt
scene,
like it, because from your Indiegogo campaign, I realized it was like, this needs. It looks like he's going for the final impact.
Yeah,
I am because the movie is so good at this point that I'm just going to go all in and say, hey, we should do the stuff that I want to do and do it right. And so our opening scene that we have to shoot basically introduces our villain, and they have a big gunfight scene with this rival gang, which is just being a smaller cast. This whole movie has been the cast has been much smaller, but this scene specifically is going to like triple our cast for the day,
wow,
or more. And then on top of that, I got to outfit them all with wardrobe, with weapons, and we've done all of our gunplay with blanks because it just looks better and is like.
Are you using blanks?
Yeah, and like the actors, like they just it gets them in the world better. So that's just it's all expensive. Like it's just there's no way around it. Just more bodies, everybody, you got more money that you got to spend. So, and then the end scene is expensive too because I won't give it away. But in the end scene, like we do have one of these kind of supernatural creatures that appears. So we're doing that also on camera. So like building a creature isn't cheap either. So
I totally understand. Yeah, that's one of the thing that stopped us from making this project a while back. I still have it. It's a good idea. It's a good story, but we didn't want to do the CGI stuff. It's easy, but it's not guaranteed for the impact. And then I spent months researching. It's like, how can I make this myself? And it's an exhaustive process trying to make these prosthetics and things. And it costs money, all these products, the resins and casts and all that stuff. I totally understand. It can stop a project from being finished if that's what you want, and you can't finish it unless you have the funds.
Yeah. And that's part of our Indiegogo campaign. If you want to be an extra and part of the opening scene, huge fight scene, you can.
I can fight. If you need a body to do fights, I can come there and take a punch and throw myself on the floor. I'm serious. I'm good.
This is a gunfight, different type of fight.
Oh, okay.
But I see what you're saying.
I can get shot and fly away.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So those are the two scenes we got to do. Both of which, just, take some money to do, and we'd like to do it right. And so, if the movie's something, the audience is interested in and they want to see it, and, you can go take a look at what we got going on with the perks and help us get us across that finish line. And, the sooner I really just want to release the movie. Like I'm so excited for people to see it.
I want to from the trailer. I wanted to see it too. And when I saw you said, "Oh, we have 2 scenes left," I was like, "Oh God," which means we have to wait longer. I mean,
I know. I'm sorry, but it's. I'm just excited to show people just because of the response we've had online since we've released the trailer. It's been a good response. You don't know when you make a movie. You don't know how people are going to respond to it until you throw it out there. So, it's a very pleasant surprise that people like it enough and are interested. I can't wait to get it out there. It's going to be cool to see what people think.
And Marie, have you done some shooting, or are you going to be doing shooting in these next scenes?
I have been doing shooting throughout the whole film. In the final scene, I'm pretty sure I draw my gun. That's just a standard.
It would be cool if you have some kind of what do you call it, close hand-to-hand combat. That would be
there is some it's all in there.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just guessing.
She's got some gun shooting going on. She's got all kinds of action stuff going on.
That's amazing. Hey, I can't wait to see it. Don't forget, shoot us an invite. We'll be there for the premiere. I mean, and we'll join you on the Indiegogo and try to help you push it through.
Thank you. We
appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's always good to support a good project. Good artists. You guys are from our local, friends. So I hope you get to that finish line so we can all enjoy this film.
Yes.
Well, thank you. It means a lot, appreciate it.
No problem. I was always a fan of your work, you and your brother, the Blaze brothers. The front, I remember because I was there, I saw you guys making the film. I don't know if you ever remember, I was even in the back of your car and you were that was the first time I held a red camera because you guys
was that
had
the
it.
first time?
Yeah, that was I was shooting on other different cameras. I remember clearly there were the reenactors. People were getting the guns and all that stuff, and I was asking you questions, and you had the red camera, and I was.
That must have been the red one then, because I think that was the camera we were using. That's the big one.
I was playing with it there and asking you questions, and then you went to the shoot. Yeah, so. I'm a fan of your work.
I was gonna ask,
appreciate it.
Real quick, since he's talking about equipment, which is most of my questions. What kind of camera we're using for this one?
Here comes the sound guy.
Yeah,
my questions are tech.
We used the Red Epic Dragon 6K. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, we stay with red. We us Blaze Brothers, we like red, so
well, yeah.
that's what we used.
It looks amazing for sure.
Appreciate it.
What about sound?
Yeah, so sound. We used sound devices Mix Pre 10 for a mixer. When it came to microphones, they used Sennheiser's 416 and MKH50. For lavs, we used DPA 6060s. Used electronics receivers and transmitters.
LS Electronics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all industry stuff. Yeah. Except for maybe the mixer. The mixer is kind of like the indie film.
The
The Mix Pre 10.
I
I don't know. Do we consider that industry standard equipment, or is that more of a consumer industry type? I don't know.
Like a SD 633 or something at that point.
This is not my area.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, it sounds great. It's a great mixer. It's a step up from my Zoom F8, which was great too.
That's currently what I'm using right now, F8N.
Yeah. And I mixed a movie that got a wide release with that, and it sounded great. So I mean, those mixers sound great too. But I definitely like the Mix Pre just a little bit more. It's a good mixer.
Man, definitely see the appeal for the SDs, sound devices, everything but the pocket price. But
no, there is
stuff.
It's I've literally done so many movies with that at this point. Like it's great. It's a great mixer.
TNT. I'm assuming you're renting this.
No, this is all my stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm a location sound mixer is the main kind of bread and butter.
Gotcha.
So this is all my gear, my personal gear that I use for production.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually a fan of this. Having your own equipment as opposed to renting.
Yeah, I mean, just being honest, I feel like people want to hire someone with the gear. I mean, you can be a sound mixer and get jobs doing renting and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like most people looking to hire a sound mixer are looking for someone that has stuff, you know. And sometimes
I'm a believer in owning your stuff.
And sometimes you get like these jobs like super last minute where they're like, "Hey, can you be here tomorrow?" It's like you don't got time to rent equipment, you know.
Yeah,
at least in my experience, I get called up all the time where it's like, "Give you here tomorrow." I'm like, "Sure." You know, if I had to rent my equipment, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm a believer in owning your own gear. That's my motto.
Yeah,
I don't think I've never rented anything. Like, yeah, you're right. No, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just the reflex.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do the work, I think having a goal to own your own gear is a good goal to have. In the long run.
Do you do a lot of mixing?
Like post sound mixing?
Yeah.
No, I'm just a strict locations guy.
Gotcha.
I get up all the time to do like they think because I do location, I do post, and they're like, no, sorry, that's like it's like asking your DP to be also your color gradist. Which I mean, sometimes they do that, but there's also people that just do color grading. So
right.
Yeah.
Fair. One quick question because I'm curious because I've been staring at this. What kind of headphones are those?
These are Audio Technica.
Yes, Audio Technica.
I forget which model.
Probably like the MK somethings. Wait, no.
They're good though. I've had them for maybe a year and a half, and they've been really good. I've dropped them, multiple times.
Are those the ones you use on set or just?
It's the ones I use on set. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just rocking some AKGs, but
nice.
When I'm out and about, I got or something when I'm mixing, I use Audio Technicas. They do just feel, I don't know, more comfortable.
Yeah, they're very comfortable, which is something you need when you're working a 12-hour day. So.
Oh God, yeah. Cool.
Well, yeah. To jump in back, I think I was thinking about something I meant to say earlier. I'm glad you made this movie now, and I think you picked the right time to come out with this film. I don't know if you've been following. There's a sentiment in cinema today. It's like a lot of things suck. So there's like a void that needs to be filled with original content. that has no agendas and no weird stuff in it that needs to, people need that. And I think all the box office numbers and big players who make movies, that shows the failures of the ways they're doing movies nowadays. And you can sense the demand for people like you and others who are making films that way, where you get to just say the story as is and not be encumbered by agendas or economic concepts like I need to make this because I need this number and I need to do that.
So it's essentially people in suits telling you to put Coca-Cola in every shot or something.
So I think you have a chance of making a decent splash with the audience.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, that's something that kind of went into it, I didn't go into this with like having grand ideas for a story. I just wanted to feel real, to feel grounded, to be heartwarming and also thrilling and entertaining. Not just entertainment. There needs to be, you have to care about the characters, in this type of thing, and have an interesting story of some degree. And so, I just wanted to make kind of it feels like a grounded film, at least to me. So that's kind of what I wanted to do because, I feel like that's what an audience would want to see.
And you are right, because I think even big Hollywood, they've started to realize that that's what people want. I just want to make a movie that is cool, good story, and that's it.
I like the way they used to make movies.
And the lack, the terrifying lack of that nowadays is like all these movies are like programmed sequels, prequels, this, the numbers, the statistics, that, the agendas, the messages. They underestimated the audience, that people, that's what they want. That's why a lot of big budget movies are flopping left or right. And
I agree.
They are paying attention to things like, your stuff or other people at that level who are doing stuff because I just want to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, I just made a movie that I would want to see too.
There you go.
And so I'm not making this for a company or for a studio or, whoever. Like, this is literally just, independent film that a guy decided he wanted to make, and I would watch it, So if one of my friends made this movie, I'd watch it,
And I'm just telling you honestly, because it's just, as someone, I just saw a trailer of the movie and I just immediately was like, wow, this is cool. I see a lot of trailers all the time. I don't get, it's rarely that you get that feeling.
Yeah.
Because they're all these kind of like mass produced, heavily calculated steps of make this specifically, do that. It's, for people, most people are, cinema conscious. They know what they want to see. And to get that feeling just by watching a trailer, be like, yeah, I want to see that. And you get excited genuinely about it instead of being pushed to be excited about something.
Yeah. And I think part of that was part of the decision I made of trying to do everything as real as possible. So doing, instead of doing a bunch of, I mean, they're talented and they have, obviously like they do great work, but, having like a real mouse, having, all your gunplay be real, like maybe people don't know on the surface, but deeper down, they know that it's not real. So, movies made, 30 years ago feel more real than some movies that are made now. And it's just simply because, I mean, it's not, it's CG. It's, it's not real. Even if you make it look super realistic, there's really talented, artists out there that can make stuff look good, but there's still, you can tell, like, even when you watch AI stuff, like there's just a quality to it that you can tell that this isn't real, even if it looks really good.
You can tell, definitely. Yeah. I mean, just recently, it was a hilarious experiment. Jaws, they celebrated 50 years of Jaws and they released it in theater, and it's beating in the box office $400 or $500 million movies that are like flopping and then crashing.
Yeah.
There's an element there. There's something that tells you something is wrong by the way they're making movies. And your passion translate into that. You're just like, someone excited is like, I want to tell a story and I want to make a movie and have a good time. That translate, and even for like the characters, your first debut main main lead actors in the movie, the same thing. You could come in, you're having fun, you'd be like, you push that, and then that translate.
Yeah, no, it was definitely, being a skeleton crew is rough, but at the same time, it was rough, but we still had fun. Like, I remember talking to my AC, and I told her something on the lines of like, it's not gonna get any better than this. And she's looking around being like, what do you mean? Like, we're out here, like skeleton crew, like running around full 12-hour day, like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're sitting here making this movie with our friends. And I'm like, sure, you could go work on some bigger budget movie where you don't know anyone and you're not having fun. And people are all,
mean
upset.
and rude.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least to me, this is what the goal was, to make some films with, your friends, make something fun and that people would like to see. And, don't take ourselves too seriously because, it's just a movie.
That's
but,
right.
at least for me, maybe other people have different opinions, but this is kind of the pinnacle, make it with your friends, make it something fun and good and have fun with it. And, so.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I hope we will see you in the premiere.
Yeah.
If we're invited. Sure. All right.
For sure.
And Marie, it was nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you both as well.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you both.
And nice to see you again, Nathan. I hope we'll see you soon. And for sure, we're going to link you up. And please, anybody who's listening, definitely check out this film. And
Indeed.
And I do want to say thank you real quick to our contributors that have contributed. You guys are literally doing the Lord's work. And we couldn't do this film without everyone that's been a part of this film at this point, including you guys. So thank you all so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right. And quickly before you go,
sure.
Can we show the trailer on the episode, like clips and everything while we're talking?
Of course, yeah.
All right. Just want to get your permission. And that's it. Thank you very much. Well, you guys have a good evening.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you both.
Bye.